Hey, welcome back to VictorEric Design Build. We are here in a house that we just finished, custom home in North Burnaby, and we wanted to give you a sneak peek tour before we hand it over to house. So let's come on in. Hey, welcome to our newly finished custom home in North Burnaby. We want to give you a sneak peek before we hand it over to clients. And what's important about this home is that there's little details that you get with custom home, whether it be the smart space planning or the design details that you don't get with the spec home. But yet, it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be super expensive. We kept this on a really tight budget for the client because that's what they needed to do, and we pulled it off and they're super happy. So examples of the design details that isn't a custom home that you don't really need to spend too much money on is things like this, just simple black spindles that is a custom staircase. So these aren't stock things, but it's very clean. This MDF stringer here is continuous one piece. Even those little LED side light on the treads, those are nice little details. Doesn't have to be super expensive, but it makes it look custom to that level. Yeah, so let's come on in. This is the entry. There's gonna be a console table here alongside with an entry closet. A lot of light filtering through this open entry here. And what we have is, the first thing you'll see is the dining room with a dining table yet to be put in here. But what's nice about this dining room is that we designed a bar as an extension of the kitchen to really open up that kitchen and make it look bigger than it is. Really convenient here. You've got a beverage cooler here with a sink right beside the dining table. Really good for those after dinner drinks and cocktails, whatnot. And coming into kitchen, this is all custom kitchen cabinetry. Nice framing here, black accents, very simple, clean shaker, big island here, engineered countertop. So you can see there's not much expenses spared within a given budget, right? A lot of houses that we do are on the higher end, luxury end, but that doesn't have to be always the case. We could bring the same design details into a tighter budget. For instance, that hood fan cover there is a custom shroud hood fan. And we mirrored that over here on the family room side where you'll see the same detail. And there's gonna be a nice big wall-mounted TV here, ribbon electric fireplace, built-in shelving here. And when we designed the architecture, we brought up the ceiling here, brought in a clear story light to bring in the natural light. So spaces like this, you just don't get in a spec home that you buy off the market. And that's why people, our clients really love coming to us, especially that design build experience where we bring in the design eye, the detail, and execute it well with our custom design team. Yeah, so the thing I mentioned is that this lot is very unique in the sense that there's no back lane, but you do have a beautiful green belt with the Trans-Canada Trail. And beyond that, you have the water there. That's a Broad Inlet. So when we designed this space plan, we want to make sure that we capitalize on that view. And that's why the family room is here, and you can enjoy that. So this here is a few things. This is access to the garage, I'll show you later. But we also have a den in here for the parents working in there. This couple is great. They know that they wanted a custom space for their 3 children and themselves. The wife works at home. And yeah, we wanted to make sure that we give them a space that works for their lifestyle. This is the powder room. We've kept it tucked away. Very nice details there, wallpaper, very high contrast, stark type of floating vanity to make that statement. But let's look at the laundry and the mudroom. So again, functional design with design details brought into it. You can see slat walls here, hanging rods. If you want to dry hang, you've got laundry and everything here. But then also you have this great space here for mudroom. When you're coming out from the closet and you got kids with backpacks and jackets and shoes and everything like that, you've got everything here. Thoughtful little details like this metal mesh to just let it air a little bit, especially if you've got wet winter clothes or shoes. Really good idea. Bench seat there, we're gonna have some hooks for kids to put on their shoes and even some more slots down there. Okay, so let's show you the second floor. Up here, we have some really efficient space planning, and that's really key for a custom home. We want to make sure that we satisfy all the requirements that the client has. In this case, she has 3 children. 2 will be up here. 1 is older and he wants to be down in the basement. But we've got 1 for the girl, 1 for the boy. And what's efficient about this is just under 1,000 square feet. We're able to fit 3 bedrooms here with 3 washrooms and walk-in closets. Plus, we have this area here, which is a bit of a desk space. So you can have the family desk here so that your child doesn't have to be always in their room, and this can be a family space. In a custom home, storage is the most important thing, and when we design for custom homes, we always think about that. Lots of storage here. This is just on the 2nd floor where you have lots of linens, blankets, towels, all of that good stuff. So why don't we show you the master bedroom. We positioned it to capture the view. There's a view of the Burrard Inlet at the back there and the Trans-Canada Trail, but we've got a nice spacious bedroom here, good enough for a king-size bed. Ensuite over here, and you can see that although this is a cost-conscious budget, right? There's not a huge budget for this client, but we're still able to bring in the design element, and I think that's what's key. Custom homes don't have to be expensive. You got some really nice stuff, Kohler faucets, design details, freestanding tubs, good-sized shower, all of the nice things that you would expect in a custom home. It doesn't have to be at that high price point to get the nice stuff. So another thing about custom homes and the detailing that really doesn't have to cost that much more is just thoughtful things like that linear diffuser. Most spec homes, they don't give you linear diffusers. They're giving you those cheap plastic round ducts. This one is a nice master ensuite. We want to make sure that there's just a notch up without breaking the bank. And just thoughtful things like lining up the linear diffuser with our pot lights. This is why it's important to have a design build team like us that has the eye for design detail. It makes that much difference, and it doesn't have to cost any more. So when we designed this house, we wanted to make sure that the master bedroom had the best seat in the house. And part of that is positioning it so that you get a view of the Burrard Inlet. So come on out. We created this really big balcony, rooftop deck above the main floor there, so that they can have a view of the Burrard Inlet. It's just so calm here. There's a green belt back there with the Trans-Canada Trail, and I can just see that they're spending their sunny days out in the patio here. So we're down in the basement, and what we helped them with here was to provide for them an entertaining space. This is essentially the media room. It is open. It's not a theater room that they needed, but it's a nice gathering for family and friends. The elder son has a bedroom down here because he wants to be with his friends lots in this room. We also have a 1-bedroom rental suite over there. Really important, especially when it's more of a cost-effective build. That extra mortgage helper is very important. We brought some really big windows here for more light. And there's a powder room, of course. So you can see that even though it's a cost-efficient type of budget, doesn't mean that you have to skimp. For instance, this is a built-in wall unit, right? We don't need something super fancy that costs too much, but it's very functional. Lots of storage, big TV going up there, and you've got a nice counter there for laying out food and stuff for any gatherings you may have. All right, so the final thing I want to share with you on this house is, of course, the exterior. It's a craftsman design, but we also did the landscape design. You saw the interior, we did the architecture, and everything integrates in. For instance, this custom house number here, that's an important detail, and you don't get that with spec homes. That's why it's so important to really come to a custom home design team like us to help you fully execute. We can integrate all the 3 design elements, architecture, interior, and landscape, and then also the construction management side of it so that you get end-to-end, full service, one team to take care of everything. We are VictorEric Design Build, and we create amazing spaces.